Hey YouTube, I'm Rachel Yamtube and welcome to my first video. I'm a software developer who's been specializing in making websites and mobile apps accessible for people with disabilities for 5 years now. I've been working at DQ Systems where I got to help build our product for automated accessibility testing of mobile applications. And today I'm excited to share about building cross-platform mobile apps in an accessible way. In 2023, we embrace that hybrid and cross-platform apps are here to stay. So let's make them more accessible in 2024. To do so, I'm creating this series to help spread knowledge on the nuances of building accessible apps for mobile devices using cross-platform frameworks. First, I want to dispel some confusion about what exactly a cross-platform app is. You've probably heard a few terms thrown around when talking about applications that can be installed on mobile devices with iOS or Android, so let's define each of them. First, we have a native mobile app, so that's an app built with the native development tech stack. So for iOS, we've got Swift, UIKit, SwiftUI, and if it's a legacy app, maybe some Objective-C in there. And then for Android, the native stack includes Kotlin, Java, XML, and Jetpack Compose. Next, we have a Code Once development framework, which is a tech stack that allows you to ship apps to multiple operating systems from a single code base, which can also be referred to as a cross-platform framework. Then we have a cross-platform app, which is an app built with a Code Once development framework, so one code base is responsible for a single app across multiple platforms. Lastly, we have a hybrid mobile app, which would be a subset of a cross-platform app, and it's an app that combines native mobile views in addition to HTML content rendered in web views. For consistency in this series, I'll be using the term cross-platform to group together cross-platform apps, development frameworks, and hybrid applications. I've just found that this seems to be the most standard terminology used across the industry and the mobile ecosystem. Following this video, I'll be doing a deep dive into each of the following cross-platform frameworks. So we'll cover React Native, Flutter, Ionic and CapactiorJS, and then .NET MAUI, which used to be Xamarin and Xamarin Forms. If you've already got a good grasp on the fundamentals of cross-platform development and how accessibility factors in, you can probably tune out. You rock, and I'll see you in the deep dive for your favorite framework. Okay, for all the cool kids who stuck around, I'll let you in on a little secret. All of the cross-platform frameworks are going to fall short on accessibility compared to native iOS and Android. The reason is each of them is maintained by a third party, creating a layer of abstraction from the native accessibility APIs that iOS and Android use to support assistive technology such as VoiceOver and TalkBack. Not to mention, those cross-platform frameworks are at the mercy of Apple and Google, who may or may not create similar user experiences and/or accessibility features. Don't worry, it's not all bad though. I've definitely seen an improvement in this in my time working in mobile app accessibility. I've seen frameworks like React Native make a concerted effort to support the native accessibility APIs, as well as not lag behind as much when new APIs are introduced. Also, the cross-platform frameworks allow you to write native modules, so in most cases, you can use that as a backdoor to fix accessibility issues. I'm not saying that's ideal because the whole point of building a cross-platform app is to not use native code, but hey, it's still possible. I'll step off of my native mobile is better soapbox for now, because the reality is more and more developers and companies are choosing to use cross-platform frameworks to develop their mobile apps because of the obvious advantages. A single codebase is less to maintain, a single dev team is cheaper than a team for iOS and Android each, and maybe you've already got web developers that are comfortable with the languages and that can save time and money too. I can certainly see how enticing those advantages are, so I get why cross-platform is growing in popularity. As an accessibility engineer and advocate, it's my responsibility to adapt to market trends and figure out how we can build accessible apps with in-demand technologies. And that's exactly what this series is all about, making the best of what we have today, but continuing to push the needle forward. If that resonates with you, join me on this series of videos about cross-platform mobile app accessibility. And remember, friends don't let friends ship inaccessible code. P.S. You can use Axe DevTools Mobile from me and my friends here at DQ to automatically detect accessibility issues in all of the cross-platform apps that I'm going to talk about in this series. So tune in for more info on that. Well, that was it. So I guess now it's the part where I do the YouTuber thing and tell you to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more videos about making web and mobile apps accessible for everybody. And with that, I'm Rachel Yamtube. Catch you later, YouTube.